What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Browns Bungles Week 14 preview as Deshaun Watson makes his second start of the season as he leads the 5-7 Cleveland Browns into the jungle to face off against Joe Burr 0-4 and the 8-4 Cincinnati Bungles. Now you may be wondering, why do I call Joe Burrow 0-4? Well, it's actually pretty simple. It's because since he was drafted to be the Bungles' savior, he has never beaten the Cleveland Browns. And on the flip side, since we hired him in 2020, Kevin Stefanski has never lost to the Bungles. And the way I see it, after this game's over with, it's about to be Joe Burr 0-5. The way I see it, I just don't see us losing to these frauds. At this point, it's a mentality thing. Whenever they see us, they just cannot beat us no matter how hard they try. I mean, they've had some pretty good teams over the last couple years, whereas the Browns have been kind of mid, and yet they still can't beat us. I mean, we had a quarterback with a bad shoulder and a locker room that was in turmoil when we went into the jungle last year, and look what we did to him. You really think Deshaun Watson's going to let these frauds beat him? If our defense and special teams replicate what they did last week, this week, and our offense shows up, oh my God, it's a wrap. It's done. We got this game in the bag. Because if our defense goes out there and does another masterclass, and then our special teams goes out there and does like what they did last week, yeah, we got this. I mean, I'm more worried about our defense though, because I've mentioned before, like our defense will put out a masterclass one week and then come back the next week and completely crap the bed. Well, guess what they did these last 2 weeks? 2 consecutive masterclasses from the defense. Let's make it 3 this week, okay? Let's go out there and let's get after Burrow. Let's make his day miserable. That's what we do. That's what we do best. We make people's days miserable. Although I love it when we make the opposing fans' days miserable. You know? I've been having fun these last 2 Sundays. I want to have fun again. So, with that being said, let's get into the propaganda/news portion of this video, starting off with one piece of propaganda that I found on Twitter. This comes from NFL on CBS, and I quote, "The Browns scored the most, yeah, most, in all caps, points, 27, by a team without an offensive touchdown since 1999. How about that? 27 points. None from our offense. I mean, our offense showed up. They moved the ball. They just couldn't score. Defense and special teams said, we got the scoring. You guys just figure out your timing and, your synchronization and stuff. You guys get in sync and we'll handle the scoring. I mean, we scored on a punt return touchdown for the first time since, 2015. We had another scoop and score from Denzel Ward. And we had a pick 6 from Tony Fields. I don't think I remember my defense forcing this many turnovers in a game since, 2020? Maybe we've had games where we've forced like 1 or 2, but 4? 5 if you include the turnover on downs. I mean, my God. Where's this at all year, our defense? I've said this a couple times. It's like, where was this at all year? If our defense was doing this all year, we wouldn't be 5-7. We might be sitting with like 8 or 9 wins right now. I mean, the offense essentially carried the defense for the first part of the year with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. Keep that in mind. Our offense was like top 10 with Jacoby Brissett. And people wanted Kevin Stefanski fired. That's one thing I'll never get. Offense is doing fine, but defense has been selling hard. And it's like, ever since, Deshaun's been back practicing and stuff, the defense has had a whole new vibe to it. Like, they're going out here and just taking care of business. Honestly, I love it. I absolutely love what I've been seeing from our defense. And hopefully it continues. Because if we see this defense for the next 5 games, things are going to get very interesting, especially if the offense starts clicking. All I'm going to say. Now, I do also have some schedule news in regards to next week's game against the Ravens, which would be at home, by the way. As according to Jake Trotter, Ravens at Browns, now scheduled for 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, December 17th. So yeah, we got a Saturday game at 4:30 on NFL Network. That would be the second of the 3 games on Saturday. Okay, cool. I believe that is also the 27-year anniversary of the Browns' last home game before moving to Baltimore. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. My math might be a little off. But that's still crazy. Browns, Ravens. That's Deshaun Watson's first home game as a Brown. It's going to be fun. Now, we'll see if Lamar Jackson plays, but he probably will. But man, that was a tough injury that he suffered. I think it was like what, a sprained PCL. Ugh, we'll see how long he's out. But yeah, that'll be a fun game to stream. Can't wait for that. And then we got another Jake Trotter tweet to talk about, as he tweeted this, and I quote: "Browns now have a 4.6% chance to make the playoffs per ESPN FPI. Insert that meme from Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance? Very small chance, but we have a chance. If we run the table, you never know. Right? But yeah, I would love to see this team make a run. But I mean, just take it 1 week at a time. Take care of the Bungles this week, and then focus on the Ratbirds next week. Now, moving on to my 3 keys to victory for the Cleveland Browns this week. As you can see, I even added a bonus key to victory. Key number 1, this is a pretty good one. Get after Joe Burrow. We've done a really good job of that ever since he came into the league. He's had one of the worst offensive lines every year, and Myles Garrett has made it a mission of his to get into the backfield and just wreak havoc. And I expect that and then some this week. So hopefully we'll see more Myles Garrett wreaking havoc in the backfield, maybe force a couple turnovers, and hopefully the defense gets addicted to forcing turnovers, because that's fun. Especially when you give Deshaun Watson short field, which we didn't really have that too much last week. I mean, we were barely in opposing territory, but yeah, get after Joe Burrow. Key number 2, get the offense going early. Yep. Get the offense clicking early, because if the defense and the special teams continue what they did this week, and the offense gets going, yeah, the Bungles are going to be in for a long day. Key number 3, no dumb penalties and turnovers once again. Yeah, we got to limit the dumb penalties and don't turn over the ball. I mean, Deshaun Watson had a very ill-advised interception last week. I don't know where he was looking for it. I guess that was like a rusty throw, I guess you could say. He panicked, maybe threw off of 1 foot. I don't know why you threw that like that, but yeah, we can't have that this week. And then my bonus, keep forcing turnovers. Get addicted to that, because that was fun. We keep doing that, we'll be in great shape. My player, or I guess players to watch this week, Amari Cooper and Myles Garrett. I already know why. Myles Garrett's been wreaking havoc against the Bungles so far in his career, and Amari Cooper's been balling lately. So I would love to see those two continue their success. And then my prediction for this game, I have the Browns winning 31-21. I think it'll be 28-21 late, and the Browns add a field goal to essentially ice it. So with that being said, guys, I'm Crazy Dog 99. And I expect a response from Dashy, because I already know what this jabroni's going to come out and say. We're going to beat you. You're not going to beat us. He says the same thing in every freaking Browns Bungles video that he does. Same thing. He's going to go, clowns, 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 clowns. But yet, who's the real clown show? You are. You know why? Because, like I said before, you can't beat us. And the way I see it, that ain't changing this week, buddy boy. I would love it if Deshaun Watson unleashed what this offense can really do this week. Because it seemed like last week we kept the training wheels on. Kevin Stefanski didn't really unleash Deshaun Watson. I want to see it this week. I want to see a very aggressive offense. Because if our defense is out there, you're feasting, and our special teams is doing its job, and our offense gets clicking, yeah, it's going to be a rough day for the Bungals. Straight up. But I pretty much expect a response from Dashy. I mean, it's essentially what he'll give you every time we face these guys. He'll make a video screaming and yelling into the camera, probably with some cheap ass filter, and he'll probably call me many, many names that you can't say in a school or something, you know. If he was on a TV show, the FCC would probably freaking take off his show after a week because of all the swearing this dude does. This dude has legit sailor mouth. And I always wonder, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Huh? Put freaking bar of soap in your damn mouth, boy. Watch your damn mouth. Don't talk to daddy like that. Freaking jabroni. Come on, man. Don't talk to daddy like that. Talk to your father like that. Huh? Do you want to go in your room? Go sit in the corner and think about what you've done. Huh? Because, you know, we're their daddies. Yeah. I'm still mad at Dashy for not taking that bet that I wanted him to do a couple years ago, where he was going to dress as a clown. He didn't want to do it, and he expects me to take any bet that he wants me to do. Oh well, it is what it is. We're gonna get this dub on Sunday, and I'll be right back here with another stream, and then I'll be back, of course, next Tuesday for another preview as we have the Ravens coming to town for Deshaun Watson's first home game as the Browns starting quarterback. But that's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. As always, leave a like, subscribe for more, and see you guys tonight for Cavs and Lakers. Until then, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. Screw the Bungles. And I'm out. Oh, yeah. And before I go, I got one more thing to do. Bungles. Bungles, bungles. Bungles. Bungles, bungles. Bow down to daddy, boy. Bye-bye. Where your daddy? Daddy's coming home, baby. Hey, Dashy. Daddy's coming home.